Hi everyone, it's JoJo and I'm back to do one of our little owls. Now these owls, they have sticky on them. They have plastic. But I am a Temu affiliate and influencer. All the links are down below. So if you click on the link, you can get, if you're brand new, you can get a discount. And if you want to be an affiliate or an influencer like me, that link is below too. Also, there are a lot of other links down below, so feel free to check that out. Now, when I pull this back, I want to make sure that I keep the top marked in case we don't get this finished in one video, which I'm about sure we will. Even though it's kind of common sense for me that how this goes back on here, I don't want to accidentally try to lay it upside down. So I'm going to pull this back. And I took my cover minders out of here. How smart of me. I bought this on Temu, and it is like a little knife blade, and I love it for cutting and for also getting into like little tight spots. Try to get this where y'all can see it. I'm just going to kind of flatten that out a little bit. I am going to start with the letter A. Now I have been trying to put these in the little trays, but since there's 19 of them, I don't have room on my desk to put all of these. I plan on trying to clean out my desk, clean it up. My little glue dot. Sometimes I have to cut some of the excess off. It's a little bit too sticky, so I'm going to rub it on my little fabric mouse pad just a little bit. Okay, now let's see. There we go. Lots better. Everything's sticky. You know, I'm going to go ahead and try this one more time. Yep. I come onto video and everything kind of messes up on me. Come on, come off there. I'm going to try to rub this on my palm of my hand. See if I can get it a little less sticky without losing the dot. I may have to go to my wax pencil. Let's try. My wax pen, I'm sorry. Yeah. Try one more time. I use a glue dot because I don't have to change it or fill it up as often as I do with the wax. The wax is great, don't get me wrong. I just prefer to use the glue dots when I can. The only problem is sometimes they're too sticky. And this was like a new glue dot, so You don't want it to lose all the sticky, but just some of it, and everything is sticking. Sorry about that, y'all. At least you get to see my mistakes. Now this is making it look difficult, and it's really not difficult. Just the kind of day I'm having. I think a lot of it is I had to wake up extra early this morning. I had to take my son to an appointment. And that wears me down, wears me out. Because when I have an appointment, I can't sleep the night before. I'm going to go ahead and remove this plastic more. And I hope that I'm not making a mistake. At least I'm going to pull it down. Gee, that's really stuck on there. And I'm going to get the rest of my A's so I don't have to keep pulling this out. There, I had a rough start. I think I got her fixed. Don't brag too soon, Joe. So there's all the A's. I think the next thing I'm going to go for is my number 3s. I have like a little sticky mat that I'm going to try. I was afraid that if I stuck this on it, that it would be stuck forever. And I don't want to lose my owls. I love these owls. These were a surprise. I love all animals, but I have like my favorites. My favorite at-home pet is my dog. A dog. I'm allergic to cats, so yeah, I would probably have cats too if I wasn't allergic to them. I'd just I'm gonna go with 5s. I've had little lizards and anoles. I just loved my iguana. He was just getting really aggressive. So I ended up finding him a good home, and that just tore my heart up. He wasn't aggressive to me. It was to the males in the house. They get very possessive of their owners. I guess we all produce like pheromones, and his name was Rox. And he would just come up and, he would just snuggle up against me. And I would hold him, and he would snuggle up, like under my blanket and next to me. We'd watch TV together, and I swear he was watching TV, I'm telling you. But I knew that when he started biting really bad, the male members in the house, I knew that I couldn't keep him. Had him for a long time, though. Poor fella. he got a good home, really good home. I would never, ever give an animal away unless I knew that they were going to be just as spoiled as what I spoiled them. The one animal that I don't get along too good with, and that is gerbils, hamsters. And it may be because the ones that I've had, I bought from a pet shop, and they were very aggressive. But I still love them. I wish we could have bears for pets. I absolutely love the bear. He's my favorite animal. Let's see, I have some G's on down further. I didn't want to pull this plastic all the way off. Okay. Okay, that's the underneath. Sorry, I had to double check. I'm looking for letters that I don't have at the bottom or numbers. So I think I can do number 8s. Oh, I have some down here. Okay. It's okay. I'm going to go ahead and do my number 8s. Put my G back up. Now, you don't have to do these in any certain order. My whole process right now is, since I'm doing this on video, and the owl is very sticky, this part is very sticky. I don't want to have my fingers all in it. I know I did it just to show. That was for demo purposes only. It does not come off on my hands at all. But I just don't like to put my hands down in the sticky. And I don't want to take a chance of getting oils from my skin on there and then it not sticking really well. Look at that. Can you see a difference already? Check that out. Isn't that awesome? Oh my goodness. I love these. Living at my mom's, because she lives out in the country, she gets these great big old owls out there. They are just beautiful. And they come almost right up to the house and hoot. I absolutely love them. So I'm going to go ahead and do my G like I was going to a while ago. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to go ahead and remove this plastic. And I want to double check because it felt okay. I wanted to make sure I didn't leave any behind. I'm going to lay that over here just in case I need it. Hopefully I won't need it. Because now I have a little bit of drills up here that I can put my fingers on as we go. Because I have to hold it down. See if I can get that in there. There we go. I keep wanting to grab the bottom of this, so I might take my plastic and just put it over where I'm not. Yeah, there we go. That's better. See, you have to learn as you go what's comfortable for you. Just because it's what I do doesn't mean that it's best for you. We all have our own comfort points and things we like to do. So the whole process of this is to be comfortable. I don't think I would like this so much if I couldn't be comfortable with it. I know that sometimes doing the videos I get outside my comfort zone, so I don't get in the zone. But that's okay for me, because when I go in the other room and I get started, then I can really get into it. And I'm having more trouble with I don't have any trouble when I'm in there and I'm not on video. Everything goes smooth. My pen works great. Must be the fault of the camera. These are so pretty. I'm loving these colors. And I'm sure, I normally always have leftover gems or drills. So in the near future, I know I keep saying that and then I get something else to work on. But it'll probably be in like a little over a week. Because Craig gets a week off of work, so I'm trying to get some videos done so I can pop them up while he's home and I don't have to come back here and make videos. He gets a vacation, so I think during his vacation I may be back here anyway, because I think we're going to try to get some things here finished. Got some work I want to do on the house and I need help. So I think he's going to spend his vacation helping me. That would be awesome. Yeah, I can dream, right? My dream idea would be to get my craft room back in order like I want. I have a very tiny room and I do have some furniture in here and it's just not working the way I'd like for it to. So I'd like to pull it out and put some furniture that I'm using for other things, just to trade places. So I'm not really buying anything new. I'm just trading places with things in my other rooms. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. Look, we have its little breastplate and its little toes are finished. I believe I'm going to do the letter C. The reason is I kind of want to go right here. Ah. That should relax soon. That glue dot. I'm going to go ahead and get my nose, my beak, and put it right here where it goes. Isn't that cute? Now it's coming into it. That just kind of brought it to life a little bit more, didn't it? I'm going to have to take my plastic. Ooh, see how if I put that up the other way and got it upside down, it would be stuck forever. Most likely. And these are just too cute to ruin. Come on, Joe, don't spill it. It's hard when I can't get my hand in here. I'm afraid of blocking y'all out. Sorry about the noise from the plastic. If y'all don't like it, I can't help it too much. I don't have any of the release papers that other people use for diamond painting. I do know it's out there. I just don't have any, and at the moment I can't afford it. So Temu does sell it, and it is very cheap and very reasonable. But if I invest in other things like that, then I can't invest in more diamond paintings. So I'm kind of on the fence. There are some other things that I want to get for our channel. I think we will all enjoy some of it. I have another order on the way, and I can't wait for that to get here. It's going to come in parts because I ordered liquid and magnets, and they mail those separate. And the rest of it is still being packed. It should be here by some of things should be here tomorrow that I won. The stuff that I ordered should be here no later than September 3rd. But I got a feeling that some of it's going to be late. And if it's late, that's okay. Then I get $5 from Temu to use for something else. So I think that's cool. Within 48 hours of the package not being here by the last day that they say, that has happened twice to me now. And the day that I get the funds, I get the item the next day. That was just, I could have waited one more day. But they have been true to what they say. I've not had to ask for a refund on anything, but I know that my son did, and it was an easy process for him. I've had questions about the influencer program because I didn't understand it all, and I actually got an email that walked me through things, so it makes more sense. It's easier. I just wanted to make sure that I make enough seedling points to order more items so I can have products for, more videos for y'all. For us, I enjoy doing the video, and I hope that at least some of you enjoy watching. I know I try to do my best. I try to share my knowledge. Diamond painting has been a new venture for me, and I really do love it. And I know that I like to watch other people diamond paint different things. So I'm hoping that you all like what I'm showing. I would love to do a big painting, but I'm not sure how to edit yet. And I don't want to come in and not be able to speed up the process a little bit whenever I, while I'm working. And if I do it in real time, some of the paintings take 40, 50 hours or more. So I'm trying to do things that are kind of quick. This owl, taken a little bit longer than I thought it would. And a lot of it is due to my glue dot. And if you're asking why I don't just switch over to my wax pen, I can. However, I don't want any of the pink wax residue left behind on these gems. And sometimes it does. As opposed to the glue dots, I don't lose any of the residue, and it doesn't make them sticky. So I'm going to take this off and find my other F's down here at the bottom. But I don't like the pink waxy residue. And I know I can wipe it off with a baby wipe, but I just, I don't know. I really like not having to keep dipping my pen into the wax. Now, I do use the wax. Not saying I don't. I do. But since I have found the glue dots, I try to use those the most. And I've noticed that on my tips, because I have the bent tip, I love this tip. And if I put wax in it, then I can't get my glue dot to stick the next time I want to put a glue dot in it. So I have tips now that I use with strictly wax, and this tip that I use with my glue dots. Come on. I am going to get out my mat after I get this finished, and I am going to try by sticking a boat to it, a tray. I call them boats. This makes me want to go out in the woods and look for an owl to watch. They get so big too. So big. There is a place close to me, it's not too far away, that is called Utopia. And at Utopia, they take in wildlife that has been injured and they rehabilitate them. And oh my goodness, do they have some beautiful, huge owls. And sometimes they get their little wing or their big wing damaged and they can't go back out. They can't hunt anymore. So they actually have a big place where they keep them out there. And they let people go out and kind of check it out. So I'm hoping that we get to do that this next week. I think that would be fun. Again, I've gotten to hold some different kind of animals. I know people don't like possums, but they are so cute, and they're so misunderstood. If you ever get a chance to look them up, look what they do for our environment. And bats. Oh, bats are as soft as cotton balls. And they're another animal that is misunderstood. And I absolutely love bats. I enjoy watching them. They're really cool. When I first moved into this house, I had one that was watching me through the window, and it was just a baby, and went outside and took pictures, and it was like it was posing for me. I mean, that's just how I felt. It's a crazy thought for me, I know, but just kind of made me feel like it was watching and posing and enjoying me taking pictures. Of course, I don't just walk up and try to touch an animal out in the wild. I have respect for them. You know, once they're outside, that's their territory. If they are a pet or in a rehabilitation place or a petting zoo, then I don't mind petting them. However, I still respect their space. They're wild animals. They're really not born to be captive. So, you know, if they act like they don't want you touching them, then I don't touch them. Sometimes I enjoy going places like that, so that way we can see things that we haven't seen. We've went to shows where the people had exotic and wild birds, and I think it was one of Utopia's like shows, and they're really good with explaining wildlife and what each one of the critters do and their lifestyle and things like that. So if you ever get a chance to go, a place like that, or it is just, I think it's awesome. I wish that I could get out and go on the nature walks again. Those were so much fun. We have a state park called Brown County State Park here in Indiana, and they have a big nature center, and in that nature center they have a window that you can go sit at, and they have like a camera with a microphone, or not really a camera because you can see the birds and the animals and critters outside, but they have a microphone out there to where that you can actually hear them sitting there, and oh my gosh, it is so amazing. They have another area in the room where that you can sit at this big, huge, like beehive. And it's full of bees that are outside. And they have all kinds of plants outside, you know, for the bees. And it is really neat to watch them inside that hive and not have to worry about being stung. It's like the way that it's built in. You can watch them go into it. And yeah, it's just really, really neat. I like things like that. I am so glad that God gives us so many critters. And there's only like 2 that I don't like, and due to two species of critters that I absolutely don't like whatsoever, and I won't say them on video so I don't raise anyone's triggers, but they are absolutely not my favorite. However, 2 out of a lifetime of critters isn't too bad. One is a critter, and the other, the other is a bug, an insect of sort. So yeah, and I don't mind some bugs, you know, like butterflies and dragonflies and ladybugs. I'm hoping that we get outside time, but they're talking about it's going to be super, super hot this next week. Oh, the heat's been unbearable. I personally like cold better than I do the heat. I don't mind sitting in the other room with a blanket. In fact, on some of these hot days in the house, keep it so cool that I have to have a blanket and a long sleeve shirt. So, but going outside is just unbearable on these hot days. Now, I don't know how I dealt with it as a kid. You know, it doesn't make any sense. Because as a kid, it didn't bother me. I loved it. I wish we had a pool. That's what I wish for. That would be so cool. I love to go swimming. I absolutely love it. I could almost live in the water. My past life, I must have been some sort of a mermaid. I don't swim like a mermaid. I'm not that great, but I can swim. I can do enough to save my life anyway. I just like being in the water. I don't like being in murky water. I like being able to see the bottom, you know, if at all possible. I like to I like to see where my legs are and what's coming at me. I've been to the ocean. Wasn't too bad. I enjoyed it, but I was always afraid I was going to go out too far. But I was just a kid back then too, so it's been a long, long time. I like to wade in the river. That's fun. In fact, we used to go to the Flat Rock River here, and I used to look for shells for my crafts while the kids and Craig went fishing. Shells in different kind of rocks. That was cool. They're not as beautiful as what you get when you go to the ocean, but they were pretty enough for me to work with. Sometimes I just like just for the collecting. I miss doing that with the kids. I miss sitting around the campfire with them. I can't be around a campfire because I can't breathe, but I miss that. I miss our sitting up late telling stories. You can tell I'm an empty nester. I want my kids to be little again. Then when I get feeling that bad, all I got to do is go to Walmart. Go to Walmart and it'd be like, okay, I want to go home and be in my empty nest. Oh, that sounds terrible, don't it? Ooh, some kids are unruly, though. Mine were pretty well behaved. They pulled little stunts on me. They like to, they were little jokesters. Not always nice little jokes. Yeah. Sometimes we won't talk about some of their little stunts, but sometimes I miss them being little. The only one that threw a fit in the stores was Derek, my youngest. Would he ever? Something else. He's still something else. I love my kids. Wouldn't trade them for the world. My biological and my bonus. And then all the other kids that call me mom. Got a bunch of kids. I wish my house was bigger because I used to live in a good-sized home when I had my kids. I mean, I needed the extra space. So when they moved out, that's when we got this little bitty 600 square foot home. And it's tiny. So I know I complain about having such a small space sometimes, but when you live in a big space and you downsize, sometimes it's like shock to the culture, and you would think, or to the system, to the body, and you would think by now, but I've always lived in pretty decent sized homes till this one. But anyway, all my kids' friends and my kids would come over, and we would watch movies, eat popcorn. I fixed a special dip with like some nachos, and fixed their pigs in the blanket. I miss that. We would have different kind of hors d'oeuvres. My son called them horsey d'oeuvres because he would try to pronounce it like they were spelled. My oldest son, some of the things he come up with. Anyway, we would have nights where we would watch movies, or like I said, play video games, and we would share the controller and pass it back and forth, or I would take over the TV in the living room and they would play in their room. Yeah, Mom had had a habit of wanting to play video games. My youngest son and I were talking about that today. We used to play Zelda a lot, and he's actually got a tattoo of the Triforce on his arm. And he let me know today that that was done in memory of me and him playing our video game. Kids do the darndest things, don't they? We used to have campfires out in the backyard and sit around and talk, and had a table we would sit around and play board games. I had a huge, huge kitchen table. We'd sit about 8 of us. Then we'd grab other chairs, so we could actually get about 20 of us around that table if we wanted to. So if any of my bonus kids are watching, shout out to you, and my kids too. I miss you all. Till I go to Walmart. I go to Walmart, all your craziness comes right back to me. They used to do some pretty crazy things in Walmart to me too. And then my kids still do, you know, with the way they push me in my wheelchair, if there's not a scooter available. I've often wondered sometimes if they tell me there's not a scooter just so they can torture me in my chair. And they do. I've told you before, if you've watched my other videos, they torture me. They scare me. They run with me. Yep, they sure do. But it's all in fun, right? The most satisfying part, popping in the last gem. I always put these up so I don't knock them over. Let me move everything out so maybe this will focus. Check that out. Isn't that beautiful? Ooh, I love it. And then once I get it sealed, we'll put the little dangly on it for the keychain. These are bigger than what I would carry for a keychain. And I had thought about hanging it in my car on my rear view mirror, but there's 6 of them. I would have to be changing them out all the time because I can't hang just one. And my daughter got me a really beautiful cardinal that hangs from my rear view mirror. So that's enough on there for me for now. She's always surprising me with something. I've got to figure out something special to do for her. These actually came from her. I think she won them for me. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please click like and subscribe. And I will see you all soon. Have a great day. Remember to be kind to one another. Bye-bye.